Robert Gascoyne-Cecil 1885-1886. Robert Gascoyne-Cecil, born in 1830, was a prominent British statesman and key political figure during the late 19th century. Hailing from a distinguished political family, Cecil was the third Marquess of Salisbury, inheriting a legacy of political influence and responsibility. With a keen intellect and a strong commitment to public service, Gascoyne-Cecil became a central figure in the political landscape of his time. Known for his aristocratic background and diplomatic acumen, Gascoyne-Cecil held several high-profile positions throughout his career, including 3 terms as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. His political career spans several decades, encompassing a period of significant change and transformation in British society and politics. The late 19th century was a period marked by profound socio-political shifts in the United Kingdom. The year 1885 to 1886, in particular, witnessed a range of significant events and developments. The nation was grappling with issues related to political representation, economic challenges, and social reforms. The political landscape was characterized by the ongoing debate over electoral reform, as well as the emergence of new political ideologies and movements. During this time, the UK was also dealing with the repercussions of imperial expansion, economic changes, and the complexities of international relations. The Irish question, focusing on Irish Home Rule, was a prominent issue that stirred political debates and tensions. In the midst of these dynamic circumstances, Robert Gascoyne-Cecil emerged as a pivotal figure whose decisions and policies had a lasting impact on the course of British history. As a statesman and leader, Gascoyne-Cecil played a crucial role in navigating the complexities of the political landscape during 1885 to 1886. His leadership style, political ideologies, and responses to the pressing issues of the time shaped the direction of the nation. Gascoyne-Cecil's significance also extends beyond the immediate historical context. His legacy is intertwined with broader themes of governance, diplomacy, and the aristocratic influence on British politics. Understanding Gascoyne-Cecil's role provides valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities that defined the late 19th century political landscape in the United Kingdom. This exploration sets the stage for a deeper examination of his life, contributions, and the lasting impact he had on the nation's history. Robert Gascoyne-Cecil was born into the illustrious Cecil family on February 3, 1830, in Hatfield, Hertfordshire. His lineage traced back to the renowned statesman Robert Cecil, who served as the chief minister to Queen Elizabeth I. The Cecil family held a long-standing tradition of political service and influence, and young Robert was destined to carry on this legacy. Growing up in a household immersed in political discourse, Gascoyne-Cecil's childhood was shaped by exposure to the complexities of governance and public service. His father, James Brownlow William Gascoyne-Cecil, the second Marquess of Salisbury, was a prominent political figure, and his mother, Frances Mary Gascoyne-Cecil, played a pivotal role in fostering a strong sense of duty and responsibility in her children. Gascoyne-Cecil's education reflected the intellectual rigor expected of a future statesman. He attended Eton College, one of the most prestigious and influential public schools in England, where he received a classical education that laid the foundation for his future pursuits. Subsequently, he went on to study at Christ Church, Oxford, further honing his intellectual prowess. After completing his education, Gascoyne-Cecil delved into a career that seamlessly blended with his family's political legacy. He entered the political arena at a relatively young age, establishing himself as a capable and astute individual. His rise through the political ranks was swift, owing not only to his family's connections but also to his own competence and dedication to public service. Gascoyne-Cecil's formative years were significantly influenced by the prevailing political climate and the prominent figures of his time. Raised in a Tory household, he was exposed to conservative ideologies that emphasized traditional values and the preservation of the established social order. His early exposure to political discussions within the family provided him with a unique perspective on the intricacies of governance and diplomacy. Moreover, Gascoyne-Cecil's interactions with influential political figures of the era, both within his family and beyond, played a crucial role in shaping his political philosophy. He observed and learned from statesmen who navigated the challenges of a rapidly changing society, contributing to the development of his own political convictions. The years 1885 to 1886 were marked by a volatile political climate in the United Kingdom, characterized by a series of crucial events that shaped the direction of the nation. One of the most significant occurrences during this period was the general election of 1885, which saw the political landscape undergo a seismic shift. The election resulted in a hung parliament, intensifying the debates on crucial issues such as electoral reform, Irish Home Rule, and economic challenges. The question of Irish Home Rule, advocating for self-governance for Ireland within the United Kingdom, emerged as a central and contentious issue. The Irish nationalist movement, led by figures like Charles Stewart Parnell, played a pivotal role in influencing the political discourse of the time. The debates surrounding Home Rule were complex, reflecting the deep-seated tensions between Irish nationalists and those advocating for continued union with Britain. The political arena in 1885 to 1886 was populated by notable figures who played instrumental roles in shaping the course of events. Robert Gascoyne-Cecil, then the Marquess of Salisbury and leader of the Conservative Party, held a prominent position as a key political player. As the Prime Minister during this period, he grappled with the challenges posed by a hung parliament and worked to navigate the intricacies of the political landscape. The Liberal Party, led by William Ewart Gladstone, stood as a formidable opposition force. Gladstone, a statesman of great influence and eloquence, championed various causes, including electoral reform and Irish Home Rule. The Liberal Party's positions on these issues contributed to the polarized nature of the political climate during this time. The United Kingdom in 1885 to 1886 faced a multitude of pressing issues that demanded urgent attention and resolution. One of the central challenges was the question of electoral reform. The demand for a more inclusive and representative electoral system gained momentum, reflecting a broader desire for political enfranchisement and the elimination of perceived inequalities in the voting process. Economically, the nation was grappling with challenges related to industrialization and its impact on the working class. Calls for social reforms and improved labor conditions gained traction, reflecting the broader societal changes underway. Simultaneously, the Irish question loomed large, with the demand for home rule triggering passionate debates and divisions within the political landscape. The complexities of managing the relationship between Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom added an additional layer of challenge to an already tumultuous period. Robert Gascoyne-Cecil's entry into politics was shaped by his familial ties and the inherent expectation of public service. With a background deeply entrenched in political tradition, Gascoyne-Cecil's foray into the political arena was a natural progression. His political journey officially began when he succeeded his father, James Brownlow William Gascoyne-Cecil, as the third Marquess of Salisbury in 1868. Prior to formally assuming the title, Gascoyne-Cecil had already gained experience in public service. His earlier roles included serving as Member of Parliament for Stamford and later as Secretary of State for India. These early experiences laid the groundwork for his ascent within the political hierarchy. Gascoyne-Cecil was closely associated with the Conservative Party throughout his political career. As a conservative statesman, he aligned himself with the party's values, emphasizing the preservation of traditional institutions, social order, and a cautious approach to political and social change. His political alliances extended beyond party lines when necessary, showcasing a pragmatic approach to governance. During the period of 1885 to 1886, with the political landscape marked by a hung parliament, Gascoyne-Cecil navigated the complexities by forming alliances and coalitions to ensure stable governance. This ability to forge strategic partnerships underscored his political acumen and commitment to effective leadership. The years 1885 to 1886 represented a pinnacle in Gascoyne-Cecil's political career, culminating in his tenure as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. As the leader of the Conservative Party, he assumed the role of Prime Minister in February 1885, steering the nation through a period of political uncertainty. During his tenure, Gascoyne-Cecil faced the challenge of managing a hung parliament, a situation where no single party held a clear majority. Despite the political complexities, he skillfully navigated the landscape, addressing pressing issues such as Irish Home Rule, electoral reform, and economic challenges. Gascoyne-Cecil's leadership during this time was characterized by a steadfast commitment to conservative principles. He sought to maintain the status quo while addressing the evolving demands of the era. His policies and decision-making during the 1885 to 1886 period left an indelible mark on the nation's political trajectory and reinforced his position as a statesman of influence. Robert Gascoyne-Cecil's tenure as Prime Minister during 1885 to 1886 was marked by his unwavering stance on several critical issues that defined the political landscape of the period. One of the central challenges was the Irish question, and Gascoyne-Cecil held a conservative position opposing Irish Home Rule. Despite the growing demand for greater autonomy in Ireland, he remained committed to maintaining the union between Ireland and the United Kingdom. Additionally, Gascoyne-Cecil addressed the issue of electoral reform, a topic that had gained prominence during the general election of 1885. While recognizing the need for some adjustments, he approached the issue cautiously, aiming to preserve the existing political order and balance of power. On economic matters, Gascoyne-Cecil advocated for a measured approach to industrialization and economic reforms. He sought to navigate the challenges posed by rapid industrial growth while mitigating potential disruptions to social and economic stability. Gascoyne-Cecil's time as Prime Minister was characterized by a series of legislative initiatives and policy proposals aimed at addressing the pressing issues of the day. In response to the demand for electoral reform, he supported the Representation of the People Act 1884, a significant piece of legislation that expanded voting rights to a larger portion of the male population in the United Kingdom. While not as comprehensive as later reforms, it marked a step towards a more inclusive electoral system. Gascoyne-Cecil also grappled with the intricacies of the Irish Home Rule question. While he staunchly opposed complete self-governance for Ireland, he attempted to find a middle ground by proposing limited devolution and administrative reforms. These proposals aimed to address Irish grievances without fully conceding to the demand for home rule. Economically, Gascoyne-Cecil's government focused on policies to balance the interests of the working class and industrialists. While not advocating for radical changes, his administration sought to implement measures that promoted social harmony and addressed the concerns arising from the rapid industrialization of the era. Gascoyne-Cecil's contributions during 1885 to 1886 had a lasting impact on the political landscape of the United Kingdom. His firm stance against Irish Home Rule, while facing opposition from Irish nationalists and some liberal factions, reflected the conservative ideology of preserving the Union. The compromises he attempted to make in the face of this contentious issue demonstrated a commitment to finding practical solutions to complex problems. The legislative initiatives, particularly the Representation of the People Act 1884, represented a significant step towards a more inclusive democracy. Gascoyne-Cecil's willingness to engage with the issue of electoral reform showcased a recognition of the changing dynamics within the political landscape and a responsiveness to public demands. While his policies may not have satisfied all factions, Gascoyne-Cecil's leadership provided a sense of stability during a period of political uncertainty. His contributions and policy decisions set the tone for subsequent political developments, influencing the trajectory of the Conservative Party and shaping the broader narrative of governance in late 19th century Britain. Gascoyne-Cecil's responses to challenges and controversies elicited varied reactions from the public and his political peers. The opposition to his stance on Irish Home Rule led to protests and dissent, particularly in Ireland, where nationalist sentiments ran high. Public opinion was polarized, with supporters praising his commitment to maintaining the Union and critics condemning what they perceived as an unwillingness to address the legitimate grievances of the Irish population. Within political circles, Gascoyne-Cecil faced scrutiny and opposition from both the Liberal Party and factions within his own Conservative Party. The hung parliament heightened the significance of inter-party negotiations and alliances, making it essential for Gascoyne-Cecil to navigate delicate political terrain to maintain stability. Despite the challenges and controversies, Gascoyne-Cecil's resilience and ability to weather political storms earned him respect among some circles. His pragmatic approach to coalition building and attempts at compromise, especially on the Irish question, showcased a statesman trying to find solutions amid complex and divisive issues. The challenges and controversies faced by Robert Gascoyne-Cecil during his political career, especially in the turbulent years of 1885 to 1886, underscored the complexities of governance in a rapidly changing political landscape. The responses from the public and his political peers reflected the divergent perspectives and tensions inherent in the pressing issues of the time. In modern times, Robert Gascoyne-Cecil is remembered as a pivotal figure in British political history. His legacy is subject to ongoing assessments, with historians and scholars recognizing the complexities of the era in which he served. Gascoyne-Cecil's leadership during a time of political flux and his efforts to address pressing issues such as Irish Home Rule and electoral reform contribute to his historical significance. While some aspects of his legacy are controversial, particularly in relation to the Irish question, Gascoyne-Cecil is often acknowledged for his political acumen, commitment to stability, and contributions to the evolution of the Conservative Party. His legacy serves as a lens through which to understand the challenges and choices faced by political leaders during a critical juncture in British history. Robert Gascoyne-Cecil's legacy encompasses a complex tapestry of political decisions, challenges, and contributions that have left an enduring imprint on the political landscape of the United Kingdom. His influence extends beyond his time in office, shaping the course of British politics and offering valuable insights into the complexities of governance in a rapidly changing world. In conclusion, the historical significance of Gascoyne-Cecil's role in 1885 to 1886 lies not only in the specific policies and decisions of the time but also in the broader lessons it offers about leadership, political adaptation, and the enduring impact of individuals on the trajectory of a nation's history. The period serves as a crucial chapter in the ongoing narrative of British political development and the evolution of democratic governance. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future.